One of the biggest lessons that I've learned from using PhET is how important it is to give students time at the beginning to play with the sim.
And I want you to start playing around with it and get a little bit familiar and start making some different molecules there.
Definitely just, I think, give the students some time to just play with them. I think that's really important.
Play or explore time is an important starting point for the more structured activity that comes next.
I tell them to play around with it for a little bit first and see what's happening. Get an idea of what the variables are that you can manipulate.
We're gonna spend 5 minutes playing on the sim. Do whatever you wanna do. Build the biggest atom you want to, make it stable, make it unstable, do whatever you want. I found that giving students that playtime made the rest of the activity go so much more smoothly because students were already familiar with the different controls.
In addition, the instructor can circulate the classroom while students play. These observations can be useful in facilitating student demonstrations or class discussions after the playtime.
Good job, Maria. That looks awesome. Very nice.
During that time, students make a lot of discoveries that they don't necessarily know what those things do yet, but they know that it does something and they know that it's interesting. And they're making their own findings and own discoveries that you can then build on through the rest of the activity.
Dude, check this out. I want to see what this looks like.
If the students seem timid, encourage them to try out a particular feature. They can't break anything. If a student seems distracted or stuck, suggest that they try a different feature or a different screen. Or ask, "I wonder why the skater slows down," to prompt them to explore further.
Even more than just being comfortable with some of the technical aspects in the sim, students take more ownership of it. So students view the sim as something that they're comfortable with and something that's there for them to explore and for them to really take meaning out of on their own.
I think part of them loving it is knowing that they're always going to have this playtime at the very beginning, and they're excited to use the simulations and they're excited to get started.
How'd you start a fire?
100-volt battery and no resistance.
You can learn a lot by listening to student questions as they explore. At this point, it's best to not try to direct students' line of questioning towards your learning goals, but rather help them keep their questioning general and inquisitive. "That's a great question," or "We'll explore that more later," can be really helpful responses.
It gives the students the opportunity to really become invested and excited and look and see what each other are doing as well. So for example, when students have this time to just explore, they generally will find these things that might take them longer to find if they just had been going through the activity on their own.
Dude, this is like so cool. What is that, boron or hydrogen?
Boron.
While you circulate, take note if some students are overlooking features that will be important for that day's learning goals. This can be easily addressed by giving students a prompt that will help them find that feature, such as, "Can you find a way to change the size of the sun?" Or by asking a student to share what they observed as they used that feature.
It seems like you're maybe wasting a little bit of time at the very beginning, but it really is crucial to the process.
It saves so much time throughout the rest of the class because I noticed that when I gave the students time to play, we didn't have the questions and the concerns that came up about how to navigate the sim as we were going through the activity later.
At the end of the open playtime, you can use student discoveries to lead into the rest of the lesson, perhaps by having students go up front to show what they figured out with the simulation.
So let's have Herman, last person, why don't you come up and show us what you did.